And our first coach to speak is from North Alabama. Please help me welcome head coach Chris Willis.
Appreciate that. I didn't even get to sit down, but thank you. No, let me just say there's a lot of firsts for us right now. First media day. We got our first practice coming up for Division I. We're going to have our first game in Division I, so a lot of firsts. We're excited to be a part of this. Commissioner and your staff, you do a great job of putting this event on. I appreciate you allowing us to attend it this year and be a part of this. This is a learning experience. We're kind of riding the wave, so to speak. As we go here, I'm learning from these guys. I'm taking notes and trying to figure out what to expect as we move forward. I know this year we only play one of the opponents in Campbell, but next year we play everybody, and we look forward to that. And it's an exciting time for us in North Alabama. We can't wait to get to that point and get rolling with everything. We're each day, each month, here we go with something new, and it's exciting times. I want to say this. I met these guys back in February at the first head coaches meeting. I know some a little bit more than the other, and I got to meet administrators today and some of the players over the last couple of days. You guys have been first class, welcoming me with open arms. I appreciate that. I don't know if it'll be that way once we start playing. But I appreciate you guys, and you guys have got to, represent the Big South in first class, and so I appreciate that. But anyway, look forward to the seasons to come, and can't wait to get started in the Big South. Roar Lions.
And now let's hear from Hampton head coach Robert Prunty.
Thank you. Very thankful to be here. I want to thank you, Commissioner, because when I came here and pulled up to the office, the first time I've been to different press conferences at Texas Tech, and I followed Coach Turbeville to some at Cincinnati, but you took me in your office and spent about 15 minutes with me explaining the conference and how things work, and knowing that we're going to be sitting out this year, but making me feel welcome. And everybody affiliated with the Big South, you did an incredible job for me and my players, and I just want to say thank you. Some things that stand out to me was when I was in my room last night, I had a chance to read, a tweet that was sent out by somebody retweeted a saying by the late, great Billy Graham, and he said that a coach influenced more players in a season than the average person doing a lifetime. I hope that, we being in the Big South, that we can play a part and add to that, to keep helping these young men grow. As far as Hampton go, we're getting better. We'll be ready for next year to come in and compete and hold our own. Thank you.
Our next coach at the podium is Presbyterians' Tommy Spangler.
I saw some decent-looking former players in here. Y'all mind coming to help us out a little bit? Hey, y'all met Keith and Jicey. D. Nichols is here, our associate AD. Hey, D. Greg, our assistant SID's here. Mark, Kyle, it's been a great couple days, and appreciate it. I tell you what, the best thing is your comments about ball, about what football means. And, here we are as coaches sometimes, preaching to our kids one play at a time. One play at a time. And I think as people, as coaches, as a society, we talk about staying in the moment. How true is that? And I'm the world's worst because I'm always worrying about what's coming and what's happened and this and that. And, having 32 years of experience now and being in this a long time, and with some changes at PC, I think I've come to understand how important each day is and the opportunity that I've got as a leader to mold kids, to develop kids, to challenge kids, to motivate kids. That's a dream come true. I'm a competitor. I love to win. I've been fortunate to win a lot of games, but I'm not so sure I'm at a point in my career where what I just talked about doesn't mean more. And these guys right here have been great competitors. Sometimes we get titled as organizers and, hey, the head coach. These guys are ball coaches. these guys are what it's about. And they understand the game. They understand about developing young men, and it's been awesome. The last thing I want to say is how lucky I am. I'd like to reference Jacy and Keith as my sons, which probably they are my second sons, but I get to go to work. How about this? I get to go to work every day. My son is on our staff. How awesome is that? For me to sit in a staff room with my son and prepare against these guys and getting to not only affect the other coaches and our kids, but your own son, and that's awesome. And I just thank God every day for that opportunity. Hey, I appreciate it.
Please welcome our next speaker, Campbell's Mike Minter.
You guys good? Man, look like y'all fell asleep. All right, we thankful to be here. If it wasn't for our president, we got to thank him, because he's the one that put that final signature on a piece of paper that said Campbell University is going scholarship football. And that's a big thing, and we get a chance to do that now. Also, the board of directors, I want to thank them because they voted unanimously for us to be here to play scholarship football. That's big time stuff. 5.5 years ago, when I got a phone call from my athletic director, Bob Roller, we started talking about me coming here and what we was going to do. And the vision was we're going to take this program from being dead last in Division I football, non-scholarship, to scholarship football. And today we're doing that. See, that's what I want everybody to understand, that whatever the mind can conceive and believe, the mind can achieve. And we definitely here today at Campbell University to let everybody know that the vision was set forth, and we here realizing it today at this press conference. The other thing I like to say is what we're about as far as the football program. You know, we always talk about young men, and I believe this is that at the end of the day, everybody has greatness, and it's our job as coaches to unlock that greatness. Don't come tell me what the man can't do. Tell me what he can do. Tell me how we're going to unlock that greatness every single day that young man come into our office, that young man come into our building. That's our job. So if they there 4 years, they there 3 years, they there 5 years, at the end of the day, when they leave the organization, they should be exempling greatness, and that's what it's all about. And so, man, we're excited about that. We're excited about getting on this football field and competing against these great universities, great football programs. When I look at the Big South, I see physical football. And as you know, as a defensive guy, that's what I love. I love physical football, and this is what you get in the Big South. The other thing you're going to get is guys going to run the football, man. You better be able to tackle. You better be able to stop it, because they're going to run the football in the Big South, and I think that's what it's all about, especially with that triple option. Man, Kennesaw State, he got me up, you know, ever since January. I've been up every night trying to figure out what to do with the triple option and this quarterback over here, that Mr. Burke, and all the great things they're going to do. Man, you know what? It's great to come into a conference where you have 2 teams went to the playoffs. 2 teams. Man, a lot of people can't say that. And I think it was only 6 of you guys and 2 of you guys went. That's big-time football, and we're excited to be part of that. We're excited to bring the Big South up to another level, too. We want to be a football program that's going to be competing for that championship and also competing for that playoff spot. We're going to learn a lot. We're going to get beat up this year. We're going to be young and dumb, and but we're going to have fun doing it. And I can guarantee you this, every single day, Campbell University football will get better and better and better. And we'll be one day competing for that championship. Thank you, guys.
If we could just briefly have the staff deliver decaffeinated coffee to Mike Minter's table, that would help us out a lot. Got a long day ahead. Next to speak, Gardner-Webb head coach Carol McRae.
Thank you, thank you. I bring you greetings from the Running Bulldog Camp. Kyle, you and Mark and Steve and everybody in Big South Conference certainly appreciate what you've done the last couple of days to put on this great event and do all the things for the guys yesterday. I appreciate that, and the sponsors that allowed us to do that. You know, every time I come to this event once a year, I was talking to Kyle a little bit earlier today. If you want to see how tough this conference is, when I came here 5 years ago today, and we came to this event, I'm the only coach that was sitting here 5 years ago. Some have gone on, we've moved programs to the FBS level, and some have gone on for other reasons. It's a very, very tough, competitive, hard-nosed conference, just like Mike said. We certainly welcome all the new members that have come to the conference. And I want to tell you, it's an honor to be up here with these coaches, honor to be here with these players. I love seeing these guys every year out of their uniform and get to shake their hand, talk to them for a few minutes, and see what it's all about when it's not really time to play a ball game. And that always encourages me, because when it's all said and done, it's about those guys that strap on those helmets and give you opportunity to compete and have fun and continue to work hard together. Really excited about the opportunity we have. Appreciate Mr. Birch, Mark Rabb, and all the contingent from Gardner Webb being here, our players who have continued to encourage me. And in the end, that's what keeps you young, gives you the opportunity to come to work every day, as some of the coaches have said, and allow you to be encouraged by what we're going to do, not where we've been. Certainly took a step back last year, but I'm encouraged by the steps we've taken. We're going to take a big step in camp, in our program, and then we want to represent the Big South Conference in a much mightier way in our non-conference play before we get ready for the second half of the season and open up, I think, against Kennesaw, the defending champ, to start conference play and then work through that conference. Again, it's an honor to be here. It's an honor to be a part of Gardner Webb, be a part of Big South Conference. Thank you.
Before we bring up Charleston Southern head coach Mark Tucker, I want to say last night at Top Golf, it was a great event. But Coach Tucker, just 250 to the net, straight on. Each time he was going and going. It was quite fun. Let's hear from Charleston Southern head coach Mark Tucker.
Well, thank you. Can't gamble on the golf course anymore now. Kyle, Stephen, Mark, thank you. Big time. The new addition, the facility that we all did our interviews yesterday, sign of our conference moving forward, bigger and better things, accommodating exposure. And we all know that's what it's about, a national exposure. All those things have their part in us being represented by two schools. You know, it's not only what we do on the field, but how do we compete nationally in those things. So thank you for a wonderful event. Thank you for upgrading a facility to make those things even more possible. Welcome our brand new athletic director, Jeff Barber, who is no stranger to Big South football, basketball, and anything else in between. Thank you for the type of event where we get to gather up and young men get to spend some time together, where it's not this all the time. And they get to sit around and debate whether or not they want to trash talk a little bit here, trash talk a little bit there, and it's fun. Now, problem with going 6th, 7th, whatever, in this order is a lot of the things that we all stand for are already communicated. We're obviously a private Christian university. Everything that we do is Christ-centered. The ideals that have been communicated already are the heart and the backbone of everything that we do as coaches. We do have the luxury of being at an institution where we can do it freely, and I will never take that for granted. I'm not going to bore you with the backstory that I fed you all last year because it just happens to be true, and it'd take too much time. I was given 2 minutes, got about 40 seconds left. I refuse, and Mike and I were talking last night. Almost 10 years I was away from this game, and no one will ever convince me that God didn't get me back in it. He provided the opportunities, and 4 years after that, I'm the head football coach of a Division I program. Man says no to that. God says, I got a different plan. Better men, better husbands, better fathers. Teaching young men how to compete like men so it's not foreign to them when they are actually in the workplace and beyond graduation. Well, it's got to be better. You got to do better. Find a way. And we're blessed with fantastic men as coaches and mentors. We're blessed with good kids, good young men. And we play good football. And it's represented on the national stage. So thank you for the event. Thank you for the opportunity. And let's enjoy the season.
Thank you, Coach. Now let's welcome Monmouth head coach Kevin Callahan.
Thank you. And first of all, I want to thank Kyle and Mark and everyone associated with the Big South office on another great event. You know, a few years ago, Monmouth was new to this day and to this event, and, you know, I'm continually impressed each and every year by the work that you put in, the organization behind it, and all that you do to promote all of our programs in Big South football. You know, we're certainly very happy to be here today, and I'd like to recognize a few of the people at the Monmouth table. You've already recognized our players, Tymir Berry and Reggie White, but our Deputy Director of Athletics, Jeff Stapleton, is here. From our Office of Athletic Communications, two guys who do a terrific job, Greg Viscomi and Gary Colwell, and one of our football alums who was mentioned earlier, guy who graduated back in 2015 and is now living here in Charlotte. He works for Penske Racing. He's in the NASCAR Cup Series. He's a member of the pit crew down there and really enjoys that, Patrick Gray. Pat, it's great to have you here today. I'd like to welcome all of our new members. I've had a chance to meet each of the head coaches and their players over the past couple of days here, and they're all great additions to the Big South, and they're all going to make our conference that much stronger and that much more formidable. I want to congratulate all of the preseason all-conference selections. It's an outstanding recognition for some truly tremendous athletes and great football players, and the recognition is certainly very deserving. And also want to recognize Coach Bohannon. The Kennesaw State Owls finished #1 in a preseason coaches poll, and that's certainly very, very deserving. We're very excited about the 2018 season. We can't wait to get started. We're hoping to improve on what we accomplished in 2017. I want to wish everybody the best of luck. I hope everybody remains healthy throughout the years. Good luck to everybody. Thank you.
And lastly, the head coach of defending Big South champion and the preseason favorite this season, Kennesaw State's Brian Bohannon.
Thanks, guys. I want to thank Kyle and the Big South for obviously putting on a great event. I think the Top Golf was an awesome addition last night. I know the kids will definitely loved it, and I loved it as well. We got some Kennesaw folks here. First of all, I want to thank Milton Overton, our athletic director, obviously for his leadership, Andrew and David and our communications department. Thankful for what they do to keep me organized and keep our kids organized on everything that's going on. But we're just thankful to be here. And, you know, I was trying to warn Coach Willis that, you know, when you get here to this event and you're new, nobody tells you you're going to be the first one to speak. And it was just a few years ago, I was the first one to speak. And I tried to give him a heads up, but I saw that look when before he ever got to his seat. It's like North Alabama's up. And, but it was a few years ago, and man, what a great league and a great bunch of men. A lot of guys have talked about it. But listen, you got to go to work and you got to be ready to play every week when you're in the Big South. There's no two ways about it. It's a challenge each and every week, and that's what it's about. That's what this game's about. This is going to be a unique season for us. You know, our inaugural class will be seniors this year. You know, a class that was signed on a vision and a whim and something that they couldn't put their hands on. You know, and they went through a whole year without playing football, just practicing. You know, practicing's hard enough as it is, and you guys know it. But with no games around the corner, it's even more challenging. And I went through a lot of tough stuff to get to their senior year. Some of them are in graduate school going into their senior year, which I think is awesome. But it's going to be an awesome year for this group, and I'm awful excited about it. We call them the OGs. They're the original gangsters of Kennesaw State football. And we're excited about it. We're going to have 19 left of the 75 that showed up for the first team meeting. And we're excited about what's going to happen. We open up at the old Turner Field there in Atlanta, the old Braves Stadium. We're going to finish up in the new Braves Stadium. Kind of a unique experience for our seniors. And in between, we just got to deal with the Big South and a few other non-conference games that are going to be awful challenging along the way. But we're excited about the opportunity to be in the Big South. We're excited about the competition. And what we want to do is continue to build on on the foundation we've laid here, and the foundation that these young guys along the way and their blood, sweat, and tears and everything they've done, we want to continue to build on that and continue to build on what Kennesaw State football has done. Awfully thankful and appreciative to even be here, to be a part of this. I think these guys kind of said it in a nutshell. I'm a coach's son. I grew up on the grass, ball boy, T-boy, water boy, chasing tearaway jerseys back in the day. I don't know any better, but having a chance to impact young men's lives is what it's all about. And I love going to work every day. I tell people I don't have a job. I'm just fortunate I get paid to do something I love. And I think we're all in that boat. Again, thank you for everybody being here. I wish everybody the best. Each and everybody in there, each student athlete, wish you the best. And let's have a great year. Thank you.